How's it going, guys? James96 here, back with a brand new episode of Search for Steve and the Curse of the Desert Temple. Yes, welcome back, guys. It's not been too long, I don't think, since the last episode, if everything has run smoothly from my end. So, yes, welcome back. And to start this episode, I'm just going to give a full disclaimer. This episode is going to be slightly spoiler heavy. This episode, if you haven't seen from the title, we are going to be obtaining water. If you don't want to know how that is done, then that's fine. Just don't watch this episode, and from the next episode, you'll be able to watch again. What I'll do is I'll obtain the water in this episode, and then from there I'll just have water, but you won't necessarily know how I did it, and I'll try not to reference it. So if you don't want to know yet, then just feel free to leave a like and leave. But yeah, if you do want to know, then we should get started. So if you're still here, that's great. It's good to see you. Let me know in the comments if you are still here. I've been cooking up some potatoes. I realised that I planted a load of wheat, but no like potatoes or carrots. I haven't planted any carrots yet, but I put a potato here and I was just using the bone mill I have to bone mill them up. Might as well turn it to daytime. No real need to, but no real need not to, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Just check if there's anything I'm going to need from any of these chests before I leave. I don't think so. No, we should be alright. Okay, so what we do need though is we are going to drop off a few things to get started here, just so we've got slightly better inventory management. To be honest, we shouldn't need to worry too much, so we're just going to put that down, and that should be all good. So, things I've been working on, I spent a bit of time AFKing over at the skeleton farm since last time, and then I've been spending the rest of my time branch mining that. This is still a lot of fun to do. But yeah, I've spent some time branch mining. I've got a few branches done. So to start off with in this episode, we're going to show you sort of what I've been up to. So we've got some stuff in the chest here. The gunpowder and rotten flesh is just from the occasional creeper or zombie that spawns right when we first start up there, that fall down here, I think is where that's from. But anyway, we actually need to check out this branch mine because I have finally struck diamonds, which is awesome, but I wanted you guys to be here when I got them, because you know it's a proud moment. And look at that, that's a pretty good haul as well. We've got what, 6 diamonds? Yeah, that's a good start. It's very nice. We only need 3 for what we're doing today, but it's always good to have a few extra. So what we need to do next, and I've realised I'm going to want to go back up the top quickly because I have forgotten something that I wanted to bring with us. But next thing we are going to do is we are going to make ourselves a diamond pickaxe. Yes, because one of the things which is needed for the sacrificing of the temple is obsidian, so we're going to grab that first, just so that it's done. And this is going to be slightly difficult because of the fact that obviously we don't have water to be able to protect ourselves whilst we're mining out obsidian. And we want to get enough obsidian so that we can make a portal to the nether. So let's grab that. Good. Okay, so we're safe to stand here, which means we should be safe to mine this block without killing ourselves, but it's just whether or not we can grab the obsidian. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a quick jump cut whilst I grab the 11 pieces of obsidian we need, because that's 10 for the portal plus 1 for the sacrifice, and I will be right back. Okay, so a bit of time has passed since the last recording there, but it's fine because everything is going smoothly now. I just decided to do some more mining off camera just because we ran out of recording time for that exact moment. But we are back now, and mining this obsidian was actually very simple. It was all stone and diorite underneath here, which makes life so much easier when that is the case. But we are now ready to continue, and the things I grabbed were just a map and a book and quill, which I'll explain in a second, as well as flint and some iron ingot. Although the flint was already down in the chest, down at the bottom anyway, so that was nice and easy to get. But anyway, let's head over to the temple because it's daytime at the moment. Yeah, it's like midday, which is nice, and we are going to head over there now. Sorry, just got slightly distracted off screen there, which is why I was running into sand, but I'm sure you're fine with it. How are speedy boots looking? They're not looking too bad. There are actually 2 boots that you find, 2 sets of boots that you find when you find the boots, so it's actually okay that if these first pair do fall, but we're going to try and avoid it. And we forgot to bring the translator with us, but I'm pretty sure it's this one for obsidian. Yeah, it is. Good. Obviously we do speak Bengali, so no, just kidding. But the only ones we're actually missing now are fish, water bucket, and sponge, which all need water to complete, which is why we are going to get the water today, so that people who want to continue with the map can, because a lot of people, oh, sorry about that, sorry if you heard that, that's the my phone vibrating on my desk there. But yeah, so that people can continue with the map. A lot of people were kind of saying that they got stuck around this point, so I decided to make this episode. I'm going to put it out so that people know how to continue rather than me having to explain it in detail to everyone. So let's continue. The next thing we want to be doing is making ourselves a nether portal to go to the nether, which I'll explain the logic of in a second. But first of all, I want to get back over to where our base is, which is just we can get to it from up there. We haven't made a proper path up yet, but it's fairly simple to just kind of parkour our way around a bit. I don't know if it's possible to do it without having to place any blocks. I can't remember kind of what state I left it in last time I came up this way, I guess. But we can get this far. Can we do it all the way? I think we're going to get close, but not quite enough. Oh, actually. Hey, we can do it. Awesome. So this takes us to where the skeleton farm is. Oh, we've got some iron still there. We need to grab that at some point. And then if we just take this ladder up, I almost fell down the hole there. If we take this ladder up, we get obviously back up to the top, just like last time. Oh, we've got some potatoes ready for harvesting, which is a bit silly to harvest since I've only got cooked potatoes in my inventory. But oh well. Right, so we've got to pick somewhere to put this portal. So down this direction we've got our chickens, which is already a noisy area. But I don't think I want to put it there. We've actually got chicken, which we could start using as food soon as well. We're getting a decent supply of chickens now. I should look to make one of those auto cookers, because I have the materials to be able to do it, I think. Anyway, that is us getting off topic. I think I might try this direction though, because it's a nice big cave area, and I'd like to expand into this area. Maybe even on this wall, just here actually. Yeah, this wall would support it quite nicely. So if we just... I did that completely wrong. We don't want to make it 3 wide. Let's go for this, maybe. Oh no, I do want to make this 4 wide, yeah. Let's go for here. I'm overthinking this slightly. When I say slightly, I mean massively, obviously. But then that's me. That's just my personality, how I do things. Right, so if we place 2 obsidian here, 3 here, 2 here, and 3 here. And then if we make ourselves a flint and steel. I'm sure you don't need me to explain how to make a nether portal, but there you are. There is one of such thing. And yeah, I guess we should probably just go for... Actually, before we go through, what we should probably do is kind of explain why we are going through. So to do that, we need the clues that we got from the last area which we investigated, which was the well area. So let's have a look in the book. So dear journal, and then it starts talking about stuff to do with the temple and all the stuff he's worked out to do that, and the time capsule. I've spelled interest wrong. I've only just realised that. Interesting. Right. And then around page 3 is where it gets to the interesting part. So, survival is still an ongoing struggle with water supplies, apparently non-existent. I keep thinking I can see water in the distance, but I'm not sure if that's dehydration kicking in. I have a solution in mind, but need a heat strong enough to forge it. And then we also got this map, which if you don't know, this map is a style of map which is only created when you go into the nether and make a map. So those are 2 hints basically saying if you want to find water, you're actually going to have to go to the nether to find it, which may seem confusing, but that is how it's done. So let's continue onwards. So we're now in the nether, and a fun little thing to do with this actually is that as long as you build your portal fairly close to where the nether center is, I guess, nether center, towards where the center of the map is, your portal will always end up spawning just here, because of the fact that I actually made this portal in the nether, and then obviously didn't broke the one in the overworld, so that whenever someone makes a portal, it should link up to this one, and that's quite important. So that when you're in this area, you arrive, when you enter the Nether, you arrive around here, because of the fact that this map, yeah, unfortunately, the way that the maps work in the Nether isn't quite the same as the overworld. It does occasionally show a green dot in the center of the map where you should be going, but a lot of the time it doesn't for some reason, which I have no idea why. It's a bit annoying. It doesn't even show me on the map, so I think maps in the Nether are slightly broken, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, we are over in the Nether now, and as you can see, we've got a new source of food. We've got mushrooms of both varieties right here, which is really awesome. I didn't actually plant these are just naturally generating in the world. But the first thing we should do is have a look around, because a lot of people kind of come into this area and don't notice something that I think is fairly obvious. I mean, looking around like this, you wouldn't see it, but if you look over in this direction, have you seen it? Yes, we've got this flowing lava kind of pointing out into the center behind this waterfall area here. Now, to me, that's kind of screaming out as a hint. Maybe some people don't notice it as easily, and I'm actually gonna grab some blocks quickly so that we can do some more exploring and probably have a look at it. So this is when we're starting to get obviously into spoiler territory, guys, properly. But I'm sure most of you, if you're still here watching at this point, are cool with it. There's no real other way of explaining this. We've also got bow and arrow on us, by the way. I went and grabbed that. I forgot to mention that, because just in case there's a ghast, we wouldn't want them spoiling our day. Right, let's just go across here. So if you don't know when lava makes that kind of thing, it's because there's a block directly underneath, which I'm sure I could show if I broke this one, for example. Yeah, there's just cobblestone underneath. Don't worry, you don't need to look underneath the cobblestone. The cobblestone is just there so that it helps point you in the right direction of where you need to go. And I wanted it to be a block like cobblestone, just so that it kind of illustrates that you actually do need to go in this direction, because of course this is what Steve did. Don't forget. Remember, you are following in Steve's footsteps. So you may think at this point, oh, there's nothing else going on, but there's actually still stuff underneath here. And as you can see, it's actually broadened out a bit. So it's important to check this out. And then if we look just underneath this one, you'll see some obsidian. Interesting. So let's mine the obsidian and see what's underneath it then. How exciting for us. So this is, like I said, this part is quite hard, which is why I'm making a video on it. I accept that it's very difficult, but yes, we end up in this little underground chamber down here, because remember, he needs a heat strong enough to forge it. So heat, lava being the hottest heat you can get, and in the Nether, which is a hotter biome in general. So yes, we've got this, and we're going to need to break this slab. Actually no, it's a slab, so we don't have to. We can get in. Okay, so no map this time, but we have got, oh, let's move that out of the way so we don't get confused. We have got a water bucket and a book and quill. Let's read what it says. Dear Journal, the extreme lack of water has driven me to very risky strategies. I have ventured into this alternate dimension where the heat is intolerable, because I needed to forge an item which should aid my survival. Whilst water is scarce around the temple, rain is present, which suggests the water is evaporating before it can pool together on the ground. My best chance of gaining valuable water supplies is to find a moister, higher area and place one of my rain collectors there to try and capture the droplets of water which occasionally fall from the sky. I have encountered a tribe of 3 locals here who told me that I need to place the collector on a block discoloured by rain in order to gain a chance of gathering what I need. They seemed very knowledgeable about the temple and had great skills which would have been useful to me. However, they disappeared through my portal and were gone before I could pursue them. Steve. Okay, so Steve has basically worked out for us how to do the next stage. So obviously we need to use a rain collector, which, if you haven't worked out, is this thing right here. Cauldrons, which actually collect rain anyway, but you can't just use that, unfortunately. You're going to need to watch a bit further to fully work out what you have to do, because they actually changed in Minecraft, whatever it was, how cauldrons work, so you can't just use a bucket on a cauldron now to take the water out. I've seen a couple of people actually in their videos try and get water out of the cauldron, and you can get like glass bottles out with water. You can get water bottles that way, but you can't get actual water buckets out, which is a bit of a shame because that would have made it a bit easier for the next stage, a bit more intuitive, but that's fine because I'm going to show you now how to do it anyway, and we're going to work it out together. So let's sleep because we're very tired. Very, very tired. Right, okay, let's continue on then. So the key materials we need here then are the cauldron and the bucket. And let's quickly have another look at what he said in the book. So he said that we need to find my best chance of gaining valuable water supplies is to find a moister, higher area and place one of my rain collectors there to try and capture the droplets of water which occasionally fall from the sky. Okay, so that's what we need to try and find. So what I'm going to do, rather than giving you an entire spoiler of exactly how to get there, I'm going to travel over to the place that we need to find, and I will see you in a sec. Right, I'm going to jump now. Bye bye. Okay, so to give you a clue, we haven't actually travelled very far at all, but we are over at the area we were talking about. And I thought I'd also mention at this point that when he is talking about things that he can see in the distance, but he thinks he's imagining them, that is referring to this awesome looking area just over here. Let's see if we can boost our render distance a bit to check that out. And yeah, you can see it just off in the distance. I was really happy with how this looks, and we'll be able to check this out soon. But I believe at least it should be, the world border should be preventing us from going there at the moment. Yeah, you can slightly see the world border coming into view, and it just prevents you from getting there. I'm such a tease, aren't I? But yeah, you can't quite get to that water because it's just outside of range. But yeah, this is what we're interested in right here, this podzol on top of the mountain. Now, this is possible to find beforehand, so hopefully not too many of you have destroyed your landscape whilst exploring here, because obviously this podzol would be fairly simple to get your hands on, although I don't think you can actually, oh my speedy boots, if you break podzol, it just turns into dirt, doesn't it? So I'm hoping not many people will have actually been breaking the podzol, because there's not a lot of point to, because of the fact that you can't get it back unless you have silk touch, which, considering enchanting is very impossible to do, not impossible, sorry, very difficult to do, I doubt many people will have done it. So yes, this is the area, and we're on top of the hill. So the podzol is to represent the moister area, because it's a different kind of material, I guess, which you wouldn't find anywhere else. So that's what the clarification is there, I guess. Sorry if I'm going and quite a lot here. I don't really plan what I have to say this episode, so I'm kind of just saying it as it comes out of my head, because I'm trying to explain the whole storyline. Anyway, next thing to remember is that they said that you need to, I need to place the collector on a block discoloured by the rain in order to stand a chance of gathering what I need. So, this is light blue stained clay. It's been discoloured by the rain, so we need to place our collector just on here. Nothing's happening. Of course nothing's happening, because of the fact that it's not raining. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little jump cut, and we're going to wait for it to start raining, which is what everyone else will have to do, and then I will see you in a second. Okay, so it's raining, finally. It's taken a little bit of time. It doesn't rain too often, so that's just how rain mechanics work in Minecraft, unfortunately. But hopefully we will get, I saw a creeper around here, which is why I'm kind of looking around, kind of hesitant. Yeah, there's a couple down here. But hopefully we will get some rain collect soon. This is just a waiting game at this point. It doesn't instantly go. It's actually based on a random chance. It's higher than the average chance, than the normal random chance for a cauldron collecting water, because I've changed it slightly. But it's still fairly slow, unfortunately, how it works. So we're just going to have to wait a little while for everything to come into effect. So I'm going to kind of wait here for it to start filling up with water, and I'll come back to you once we have a bit of progress. Okay, so that was rather embarrassing. So I've been sitting here for quite a while now, over one whole stint with nothing happening, and I was really confused why nothing was happening. And then I realized that I hadn't actually updated my own map. Yes, so if you didn't know, I post bug fixes in the forums if I find them, and this bug is actually fairly old. Not too many people actually have this bug, but it was in my game where this actually doesn't work, which is just because of some poor redstone wiring on my part. So just quickly, whilst we're waiting for this, it should be quicker, hopefully, but it's still random chance, but now it's actually got a chance. So basically the commands are set block 78 1 43 air, fill 79 1 44 81 1 44 redstone wire, and then set block 81 1 423 repeater. That's all you need, but because I forgot to do that, basically it just doesn't work, and it's fine. You can do it at any point once you have your map, but if you're playing on version 1.0.7 or 1.0.6 or later, then you don't have to worry about it. But yes, there we go. We've got some water up here in the thing, and if you wanted to, you could then use a water bottle to take it out. But if you want to be able to actually get a full bucket's worth, then you have to wait for this to fill right to the top. So I'm going to take another quick, oh no, it's gone again. Look at that, that's actually going pretty quickly now. We might as well just have a wait around for it and wait to see how long exactly it takes, because I don't think it's going to take too long now that it actually works. I can't believe I was so silly to forget to do that, but oh well, we've learnt now that it's actually not going to take us that long. So actually, once we've got all of these done, we can actually do some proper exploration, because if you don't know, once you have got the water bucket basically, or fish, whichever one you decide to get first, you can start getting into some proper expansion and exploration, because the last three expansions are actually, or the next three expansions are actually pretty big. They pretty much double the size of your area to explore, so the map basically changes in an instant from sort of a very tough survivally kind of thing to more adventure-y, and it kind of makes a bit of a switch, because once you get this water, you get more areas to explore, such as the area over there. So there's going to be lots of fun episodes to come up in the future. But anyway, what we're going to do next is this cauldron is now full, so all you do is chuck your bucket, this is why you're given an empty bucket as a hint, into your cauldron, and you get a water bucket out, and it's as simple as that, and then the whole process starts again. So that is how that works. That is how you get the water. So that pretty much covers it. So if you enjoyed the episode, guys, then please make sure to leave a like, and if you really enjoyed, then please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy this episode. Sorry if it was slightly all over the place, just trying to explain it all as best as I can, because it is quite a complex thing to work out, which I appreciate some of you have been struggling with, which is why I made the episode. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.